Hi, and welcome to HealyFit with your instructor, Jen. For more, please subscribe, like, or select notifications. Today, I have a yoga practice for you. We are going to jump right into our workout. We'll start with the front edge of our mat, arms reaching up to the sky into a light back bend. Deep exhale, slowly sweep the arms down towards the floor, reaching towards shins, tops of feet, or maybe even down all the way to the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. We'll take the right foot, step back, press the right hand into the floor, push the left leg out to the side, turn and rotate, looking over the back left shoulder, or maybe reaching the back left arm up to the sky. Feel that stretch across the outer edge of the hips. Turn back in through center, unfold the front knee, coming into a supported pyramid pose. Eye gaze down to the toes for more balance or towards the knee for a little bit more stretch into the lower back. Pivot the back foot, bend the front knee, lift the arms out to the sides, open up, reach, look up towards the sky. From your lunge, reach the hands up into your warrior one. Exhale, right arm over right leg, left arm over left. Coming into your warrior two and then transitioning into your Trikonasana, your triangle pose. Hand to shin, top of foot, or maybe fingertips reaching to the outer edge of your foot. Right hand comes back down, left hand to the floor, bend into the front knee, drop the back right knee to the mat, release the top of the foot, and pivot again, looking over the back shoulder. So here we're diving into that outer thigh, outer glute stretch again. As you return back in center, staying on your hands or maybe coming all the way down to the forearms, release into the hip flexor in your lizard lunge. You can pivot or roll onto the outer blade of your front foot, getting a little bit more into the outer thigh. Next breath, lift up that back knee, step back into plank, and we're going to rock forward and back a few times. Rolling up onto the toes, then back onto the balls of the feet, up onto the toes, back onto the balls of the feet. Let's do that 2 more times. On your last one, you're going to hold, keep the elbows over the wrists, drop down into Chaturanga Dandasana, and then inhale, lift into Cobra, or maybe all the way into Up Dog. Push, press, lift. We are in downward facing dog. Walk your dog or settle into stillness. Awesome. Just a few more rocks forward and back. Then start to walk the feet towards the front edge of your mat, coming into your forward fold once again. Inhale. Come up into your flat back position. Lift your tailbone, look forward over the front edge of the mat, and then release back down into forward fold. Articulate bone by bone up to standing. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Light backward bend and bring hands to heart, Anjali Mudra or prayer pose. Awesome. Slowly inhale, lift up, backward bend. Exhale, swan dive down to the floor, hands touch toes or beyond. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step our left foot back this time. Big step back. And then slowly turning that right knee around, looking up, reaching up. And then from that outer thigh stretch, slowly bringing the hand back down, unfolding the front knee, and resting into your supported pyramid pose. Bending into front knee. Slowly extend the arms up and back. Lift, 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 lift. Then extend the arms up to the sky into warrior one. Release into warrior two. Eye gaze out over the front fingertips. Length from arm to arm. Unfold the front knee, slowly moving into your Trikonasana, your triangle pose. Hand to mat or hand to shin. Extend the top arm all the way up to the sky. Let's bring that left hand back down to the floor, drop the back left knee to the mat, and then come into that lunge opening position. So push the right knee away, look up over the right shoulder. Inhale, transition, exhale, fold into lizard. Hands or forearms rest down onto the mat. Release that back hip towards the floor. Open up along the front inner thigh. Maybe a light roll to the outer blade of your right foot. Hands pressed down by the inner arch. Unfold the back knee. Take both feet back, coming into plank. Rock forward and back a few more times. Good, so we're getting ready for that transition into chaturanga. Next one, hold. And then fall all the way down to the mat. Slow push up. Inhale, rise up into cobra or up dog. Exhale, push, press, lift, downward facing dog. Walking your dog, feeling that stretch along the back edge of the body from tailbone all the way down to heels. Walking forward, come up onto the pads of your fingertips when you're ready. Release into forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold once again. Slowly articulate bone by bone up to standing. Inhale, reach and extend. Light backward lean. And then slowly bring your hands down to your heart into Anjali Mudra or prayer pose. Let's go into that backward bend again. Sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Light lean back, glutes tied in, belly button pulled back in and down. Chin drops towards chest, forward fold into Ardha Uttanasana, your flat back position, and then back into forward fold. Let's bend into your right knee. Right hand stays down onto the floor. Left hand is going to reach up to the sky. Good. Open, open, open. Feel that stretch along the back leg option. Left hand around the back, reaching towards the right thigh. Releasing both hands down, pivot to the other side. Same thing, right hand all the way up, looking towards that outstretched hand, or reaching the hand around the back for the left thigh. Inhale, transition, exhale. Bring both knees into a soft bend. Both hands front edge of the mat. Let's bend the knees a few times, coming into a seated squat. And then extend along the backs of the legs. I want you to focus every time you extend on that stretch along the hamstrings, back of knees, all the way up to your glutes. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Feet about hip bone distance apart. So there's a slight separation between the feet. Awesome, let's hold this one. Lift the hands up from the floor, reach and come into your Uttanasana, your chair pose position. From Utkatasana, pull the hands into Anjali Mudra, your prayer pose, and then we're going to pivot your left elbow over to your right knee. Good. Try to keep the hands centered along the heart line. Look up towards the shoulder option. Left hand to the floor, right hand to the sky. Good. And now you can bring your hands down to the floor, look towards the floor for more balance, and then step that left foot back. So we're still in that pivot, looking down for more balance or up for a bigger challenge. And then we're going to try to hold that pivot along the body, kind of sandwiching yourself between 2 invisible panes of glass. Right hand back, left hand forward. Right leg forward, left leg back. Good. You can also bring the hand down to the front thigh for a little bit more balance and stability. And then we're going to bring both hands onto the hips, or you can have both hands down to the floor as you come into your pyramid pose. You could also wrap your arms around your back, reaching for opposite elbows. Or if you're up for it, prayer pose up the spine. Trying to bring the heels of the palms in together. Higher along the back, the better the stretch will be for the front shoulders. Slowly release the hands down to the floor. Inhale, eye gaze up. Exhale, fold towards the front knee once again. We're going to walk the hands back, come into a wide stance forward fold. Hi. Walk the hands back through the heels. Good, breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Feel that stretch along the hamstrings and glutes. Inhale, rise up. And we're going to move into our goddess pose. So light outward turn of the feet. pull the elbows down towards the shoulder line. Pull the elbows back towards the back of the room, kind of pinching the shoulder blades in towards the spine. From here, you're going to bring your hands towards your front foot, reach towards the floor, coming into Skandasana. Front heel can be raised or down, whatever suits you. Good, we're going to bring the right hand around the back. Left hand can try to meet it if that's within your range of motion today. Always kind of checking in, seeing what we're up for, or maybe not up for. And on your next breath, both hands down to the floor. Release those hips all the way down to the mat, gently, carefully. We're taking the bent knee. We're going to grab the foot, the shin, or the thigh, and we're going to lift it up, stretching along the back of the leg into the hamstrings. Good. Hold that stretch there for a moment. And then we're going to bring that leg around to the front. So the right leg is going to come from this elevation into this pigeon pose. Go ahead, left leg extended back behind you, body kind of collapsing. You can reach your hands out to the front or be on your forearms, or if it's better for you, you can also be up on your hands. Now, option, you can rise up, hold it here, or you might want to think about this one first. You can go into king pigeon. Right hand to the mat. You want to do this? Left hand maybe goes back and grabs the top of the foot if that's within range. Maybe you try to wrap your elbow around the top of the foot, and then your right hand reaches up and tries to make contact with the left hand. Last deep breath, holding either pigeon or king pigeon, and then slowly release back to the front leg. Lift your hips up, step back into plank, rock forward, and then slowly come down into chaturanga, or all the way into the bottom phase of your push-up. Inhale, lift into cobra or up dog. Exhale, push, press, lift. We're back into downward facing dog, walking your dog, or settling into stillness. Good. Slowly walk those feet forward. We're going to come back into our forward fold. Release. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up into Tadasana, your mountain pose. Reach the arms up to the sky. Light to moderate backward bend. And then slowly bring your hands down to your heart. And let's do that same sequence on the other side. So we're going to reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, slowly swan dive down towards the floor. Reaching the hands down to the mat, let's go into those squats. Release the hips down towards the knee line. And then lift the hips back up. Feel that stretch along the hamstrings, the glutes, the low back. Release back down. Good, let's do that again. Extend along the backs of the legs, lift, and then take a seat. Good, coming all the way up, extend, extend, extend. And this last one, we're going to hold our squat, reach the arms up, coming into Utkatasana, your chair pose. Go ahead, drive through the heels, slowly pull your hands into your heart, and let's twist in the other direction. Right elbow, left thigh, try to bring the hands center, so right in the middle of the chest line. And then maybe extend the right arm and left arm to the floor and to the sky. Good, we're going to try to hold that pivot. Step the right foot back into our twisted lunge. Good, so first starting with the hands down towards the floor and then trying to follow that back arm up while trying and attempting to keep balance. Good, arm reaching front and back, opposite arms over the legs. As you pivot back forward, unfold the front knee, coming into your pyramid pose. Good, maybe the hands come up to the hips. Maybe the hands come reaching to opposite elbows. Maybe prayer pose up the spine. Good, release the hands down. Look forward, flat back. And then exhale, fold once more. See how low you can go. We're going to pivot into that wide stance, forward fold once again. Big reach through. Hands either between the toes, heels, or beyond. Good, just a few more deep breaths here. Slowly walk the hands forward. Bend the knees softly, pivot the toes out just a little bit, and let's slowly rise up into that goddess pose. Go ahead, elbows out to the sides. Just about shoulder line, we push the forearms to the back. Go ahead, really sit into your squat, hips about knee line. And then you want to kind of push onto the outer blades of the feet. We're going to come to the front foot into Skandasana again. Front heel up or down, whatever suits you. One arm behind you, maybe trying for that bind again. Remembering each side is going to visit these balance challenges a little bit differently. Good, one more breath, and then let's slowly release the hands. Bring the hips down to the floor. Let's grab that bent knee around the foot, around the calf, or around the thigh. Draw the nose in towards the knee. Feel that stretch along the back of the leg from hip to heel. Good, let's bend the knee, bring it to the front edge of your mat. Now stretching out that left side, right leg back behind you. Slowly release into your reclining pigeon pose. Good, feel that stretch along the outer thigh into the glutes, maybe up into the lower back as well. Now remember your option. If you'd like to try King Pigeon, here's your chance. You can rise up. Now that you've got some stretch along the front thigh, maybe try to grab the back leg as well. You can always use your front hand to help you. Good, so this is an amazing stretch. Top of the thigh on the back leg, outer thigh on the front leg. And slowly bring yourself out of whichever pigeon you choose. Bottoms of feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana, your bound angle pose. We're going to add a light backward lean. Spread the knees out nice and wide. Look up between the eyebrows. Or soft focus. Release along your shoulders. Bring them down towards the floor. And then let's rock your baby. So you're going to take your left leg, grab hold of it, extend your right, and then gently rock your leg side to side, checking in with your hips, your glutes, your outer thighs. You can have your hand or your elbow crease wrapped around the heel and around the knee. As you release the foot, we're going to bring it to the inner thigh. Start with a pivot away. So you're going to bring one hand back. Opposite elbow is going to go outer edge of the thigh or inner edge of the thigh, whichever one feels better for your shoulder, back, and obliques, those side abdominal muscles. Next breath, we're going to pivot to the other side. Elbow inside knee, reach the hand up to sky, and then slowly come into your wild thing. Good, bent knee. Your heel on that leg can be up or down. Whatever is going to give you better balance and stability is probably the better option for you. So just keep that in mind as you reach back. We've got one more breath. And then let's slowly repeat that whole sequence on the other side. Bring the bottoms of the feet together, coming into your Baddha Konasana. Seeing if maybe you can go a little bit deeper into that inner thigh opening. Hopefully your hair isn't covering your face as well. One more deep breath, and then let's slowly grab a hold of your leg. Give it a little hug. Extend the other one and rock it side to side. Okay, so I think we're on the right side this time. Rock that baby, opening up outer thigh into your glutes. And then let's slowly bring the foot to the floor. Wrap opposite arm around or elbow to outside of the knee. Push the knee and the elbow against one another as you pivot to look over the back shoulder. Okay, now pivoting the other direction, we're going to come into Wild Thing option. Otherwise, you just pivot in the other direction. Go ahead, reach up and over, lengthen extension. You can also come into a side plank if that's more accessible to you. So always play around with modifications that suit your body today, embracing your capabilities and your strong points with each pose. As you exhale, reach both legs out nice and long to the front. Reach your hands along the bottoms of the feet. You can also rest them shins or thighs, whatever feels right for you today. Go ahead, feel that stretch all the way from heels up to your hips. Awesome, we are almost there. We're going to reach the hands back, come into reverse plank. So just an option, you're going to lift the hips up, unfold the front of the body, so spread your shoulders across your chest, lengthen along the collarbone, squeeze into the glutes, look upward, press the heels into the floor, and engage the backs of the thighs. As you release the hips back down to the floor, spread the legs out wide, and let's do a wide stance, forward fold stretch. Go ahead, light outward turn of the toes, open up along the inner thighs, stretch along the back body. Good, as you rise up, let's open up that forward fold into a backward bend. Hands right beside you. We're going to come up into reverse tabletop. Hold there, drive the heels into the floor, squeeze into the glutes, press into the fingertips and knuckles. God, driving through the heel of the palms, spread the shoulders apart across the front of the body. Now we're going to sweep the hips back and through, depending on the length of your trunk versus arms. You may be able to, or you may hit the mat before you do. Either way. You could also use blocks to prop your hands up if you do have a shorter arm to trunk distance ratio. Go ahead, lift those hips up. We're almost there. Pull back through. Lift and extend. Pull back through. And rest. Awesome. We are done our workout for today. I appreciate you all joining me. Take care, be well, and don't forget to like and subscribe to let me know you want more videos like this one. I appreciate you watching. You can also follow me on social at HealyFit. Have an amazing day.